Hi, I'm Bryce Miller.
And I'm Brandy Grant.
And this is Campus Update. Greg Plutko is the new superintendent of the Huntington Beach Union High School District. Here is Catherine O'Shea to introduce you to our new superintendent.
I love to teach. I love being a part of everything from the textbook adoption committees all the way through the actual working and deciding what we were going to do for students. And I'm sure all of the teachers in our district, we all know that feeling of when you teach, or you reteach, and then you begin to see the light bulbs go on and people start making connections. Sometimes it's a month later when all of a sudden someone looks at you and says, "Oh, I remember that one when we were doing that." And it's that process. And I think as teachers, that part of curriculum and instruction is where the passion and the joy and the love come from. The technology side is just something that's a tool. In the end, the coach, the teacher, the guide, whatever phrase you want to use for that, they're really the impetus still. They're the ones that are going to help us make connections. The tool, the technology, is what either helps us how we do it. How do we get the information? How do we process the information? I think one of the things that's going to be really important to remember is the role of a teacher really needs to be that of a leader and a facilitator.
As many of you know, it is the Republican primary season for the upcoming election in 2012. The primaries are the pre-elections where Republicans pick the candidates they want to see run for president. World history and government teacher Mr. Fritjof explains more on the process.
The difference between a primary caucus and a poll. A poll would be more of just the feeling and the attitude of the American population in terms of what they view, who they would like to see, maybe their approval rating of whether it's the president, whether it's Congress, but that's ultimately what a poll is. For the primary and for the caucus, that's going to be the way in which that each state within each political party is going to determine who is going to be their nominee. With the need for a Republican candidate, since our country is essentially founded upon a two-party system, even though we have the minor parties involved as well, for the Democratic Party, President Obama is the incumbent meaning that he essentially has that job already lined up, that he is the Democratic nominee. So now it's just a matter of trying to whittle down the competition to get the Republican nominee as well. The Republicans need to have their one true candidate. So we'll see the primaries, we'll see the caucuses, we'll see the debates, and those have already been taking place.
Do you want to clear up your acne? Do you feel like you need to manage your weight or even support your immune system altogether? J Healing is a medical supplier that offers numerous types of all-natural health products for your skin and body. When finishing your order, remember to type in the promo code Oiler Inc. and 10% of your proceeds will go to Oiler Inc.
Congratulations to Tian Nguyen and Dallas Hayden for being last month's Senior of the Month. Congratulations also goes out to Stella Monshaw as the APA Student of the Month and Ms. Saltikoff as the Teacher of the Month. Test scores, grades, and after-school activities. For years, many Asian Americans have felt and believed that it is hard for them to gain admission into the United States' top universities. Chris Carvalho has some more information on this college application dilemma.
The percent of Asian Americans that are accepted to college with similar test scores as other races reach far beyond their 6% representation in the United States population. Some of the top universities with race-blind admissions have double the Asian populations of Ivy League schools, proving the critics who say that there is an existence of discrimination. As said in Asian cultures, parents demand that their children work as hard as humanly possible to achieve. Parental respect is predominant, so children have obeyed and excelled. But not all Asian Americans fit this stereotype. Not all are obedient hard workers who get straight A's or play an instrument. Some embrace American culture more than Asian culture. Their customs may vary, and family values can be different. But compared with American society in general, Asian Americans show a much higher academic preparation as a way into some of the top schools.
Asians became known for being that, perfect kid in math, straight A's and all this stuff for a reason. The culture that they've had, not necessarily the race, but just their culture for centuries has led them to this point where they're going to try to succeed in whatever they do. But all that says is that as a group, this culture decided, we're going to crack down and try harder. And if we say, you tried harder as a group, and because you tried harder, you're becoming too successful, so we're going to limit you, then what do we stand for? Do we stand for if one group becomes too powerful because they tried and worked for it, that we have to be fair to the other ones? But if those other groups aren't trying as hard, why should we give them equal results?
I would be afraid to put Asian American as well, because I've been told that it's harder for Asians to get it now because they're no longer a minority. they're more of a majority now because so many Asians are being accepted to college, but I think that's unfair because the way I've been brought up is to always academically work hard, and by not having the same chance of getting in, I think that's discriminatory. And I would say the only reason why we try so hard is because it's in our culture.
For those of you who didn't know, Huntington Beach High School staff member Roy Miller is retiring.
Roy Miller came to Huntington as a sophomore, where he played 1 year of JV football, 1 year of varsity football, and 3 years of varsity basketball. After graduating Huntington in 1969, once he finished college, Roy came back to Huntington to coach freshman basketball while student teaching at Garden Grove High School. He later became the assistant basketball coach of the sophomore team for 3 years and was the head volleyball coach from 1976 to 1978. Mr. Miller was promoted as head athletic director in 2003 and has made a great impact on our campus. To recognize his dedication and commitment to the school, we here at Campus Update would love to see the new sports complex named in his honor.
Hey Oilers, it's Riley Rodriguez here at the girls soccer game. Tonight's game is against Edison. Good luck, girls. Huntington's only goal was scored by Laura Lanson, assisted by Lana Bermel. Caroline Archer, Michaela Rand, Chelsea Ecat, Kendall Diargatos, and Dottie Roten played great defense, allowing Edison to only score 1 goal. Goalie Justice Walker had a total of 9 saves. The final score was 1-1. Come out and support the girls on Monday at 5 o'clock against Fountain Valley.
Winter Formal is coming up Saturday, February 11th. So Katrina Garibe and Jenna Lego are here to give you fashion tips on how to be fashionable at the dance.
First, you have Jenna wearing a bright blue dress with lace detailing and a black suede platforms. Zach matching with a blue tie, black dress pants, and shirt. Next is Megan wearing a white flowy dress and black pumps. Brandon matching her wearing a all black with a white tie. Also, Mariana wearing a simple black strapless dress, topping it off with bracelets, and Evan wearing a red tie with all black. Next is Katrina wearing a gold sequins backless dress with red pumps. James matching her with a red tie, black button-down, and black jeans.
Winter Formal will be held at Soka University from 8 to 11 p.m. Tickets will only be sold for a limited time, so listen closely. February 1st will be the one-day only Big Apple special. It will be $40 per person with no ASB discount. They'll be sold at tutorial, break, and lunch from 1 to 3 p.m. On February 2nd through the 7th, ASB will be $45, and without ASB, it's $50.
What's happening? Fusion, the fun and highly anticipated dance show, starts tonight and runs until Sunday. There will be 2 performances tonight and tomorrow at 7:30 and 1 matinee performance on Sunday at 2 o'clock. Tickets are $20 for general admission and $15 for students and seniors. Don't miss out.
Experience APA at the open house on January 28th, starting at 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. Future APA students and parents don't want to miss out on this fun opportunity to get a little more familiar with the APA family.
It's time for the 15th annual 10-Minute Play Festival. Student playwrights present original short scripts that are led by the directing students. The plays vary from dramatic pieces to comedies. The festival will be hosted in the Black Box Theater on January 21st. You can get your tickets at the APA office at any time.
The Huntington Beach Union High School district-wide talent show is on Thursday, February 2nd at 6 p.m. in our very own theater. It will be a fun day filled with amazing, talented students.
For more information on these events and more, like the Surf City Film Festival or APA Theater Department's CETA achievements, check out What's Appening, our show that's all things APA. You can find it on our YouTube page. And that's what's happening.
On Friday, January 13th, Costa Concordia, an Italian cruise ship, tipped over nearly 500 feet from the coast of Helio, Italy. The crash was thought to be caused by human error by the ship's captain, Francesco Schettino, when he maneuvered the ship in a way that was not earlier approved. During the disaster, Schettino told the shipmates and crew to stay calm and stated the problem was technical and would be fixed. So far, 11 have been found dead in the wreckage, with some passengers still unaccountable for. Schettino is now in Italian custody, being charged on manslaughter and abandoning his ship.
Unfortunately, there was no winner for last week's Facebook challenge. The senior hall is located in the B building. This week's Facebook challenge question is, what is another name for Winter Formal? Be sure to answer the question on our Facebook wall. If you are interested in being a part of Campus Update or Oiler Inc., come to Mr. Kame's room B20 starting January 20th to pick up your application. We will also be holding auditions for anyone who's interested in becoming an anchor, so come and get involved.
WASC is a process through an organization called Western Association of Schools and Colleges, where high schools look at themselves and determine whether they are meeting the goals of their students. every high school, public high school in the state of California and in the western states, I believe, does this. What it means to you as a student is that your school's educational process is meaningful, and that when you go to college, your classes here at Huntington Beach High School will be accepted by a college of your choice. So it's important for you as well as for us to be accredited, and this is a process that happens every 3 or every 6 years.
An ESLR is an expected school-wide learning result. Here at Huntington, our ESLRs stands for Oilers. O stands for
optimistic for the future. I is
involved, accountable in individuals. L stands for
leading by example.
E stands for effective communicators. R stands for
ready for college and career.
Ready for
and
college
S
and career.
means you're socially responsible. These are our goals as educators for you students that we would like you to leave with this set of skills when you leave Huntington Beach High School, in addition to your academic knowledge.
I am very proud of the amount of time and effort that people have placed in compiling all the information and getting the document ready for our visiting committee in February. This was not only our staff, but it included students. Students have been working since last March on the WASP focus groups, coming together all first semester, giving up their lunchtime.
Thank you for watching. I'm Bryce Miller.
And I'm Brandy Grant. Have a great day.